Lung actually means in the body they have a movement, wind, like how we're breathing. They have a different, easy to say they have a movement. So when you start doing meditation or chanting mantras, sometimes they increases lung because of you chanting too much. You putting a lot of strain on your body. So that affects sometimes not good sleep, sometimes thinking emotionally, little bit grumpy, and sometimes anxiety, these things. So this kind of dealing, normally eating little bit healthier, heavier food, like butter, vegetable, you're vegetarian, then eat cheese and little bit olive oil, this type of little bit heavyweight. And doing oil massages in your body and your head is very helpful. And that time doing very gentle breathing is very good. Then very good lung, specifically very good for Tibetan medicine. Tibetan medicine very good at lung. Lung is a major issue in the body. Western medicine, they don't talk about much, but in Tibetan medicine, talk a lot, because the wind goes with the heart, then heart pumping, emotional, depression, tightness, wind goes to stomach and bloating, not good digestive, like that. So wind goes to everywhere. So your whole body is in the movement. So that's why the wind is a very big issue. That's why a lot of Rinpoches in the past, they have a lot of medicines of lung. And but lung have many varieties. So that's why good to go check Tibetan doctor and get the prescription. Is very good. Now, generally, lung problem comes from too much thinking about it. When you think a lot, stress a lot, think a lot, then usually lung goes up. It's normal. People who do long meditation, then they feel depressed like that. That can be past things that you sort of kept in very deep in the memory. And after meditation, sometimes this negative things comes out, then affects you, and that can be related with lung. Sometimes looking at the world very negatively, that is related sometimes with the lung. No having energy, life force is actually related with some little bit of lung, not all lung. So lung does not mean many one thing. It's many things. So generally, oil, taking good food, not doing too much fasting when you do retreat, then lung goes up very fast. Need little bit heavy food to come down. Oil massage, lung medicine. Then it's very interesting. In Tibetan medicine, they call lung sang, the pathway of wind. So that this hand here, the feet to sole, here, here is the wind movement, the door. So they put oil massage, then lung goes down like that. So many things is can do with lung.
Second, a question about pure procession, Dak Nang. It seems there are two ways of understanding the term. One is to see everybody as good and positive, but that might actually be incorrect because everyone are not always good. The other way seems to be seeing everyone as deities, which is difficult. Are both of the options correct, or is one incorrect? Furthermore, since it is difficult to see people as deities, does Rinpoche have advice on how to work on it?
I think you already mentioned generally, pure perception is already it's kind of in the backdrop in the beginning of the Buddha's teaching. Because when you listen Buddha's teaching about 4 questions, the 4 noble truths, the 4 questions, it's a question for everybody, for include yourself. So we have problems, yes, and we need to know what is the cause of problem. Okay, let's understand. And there must be a possible of freedom. Good news. Now, how I can achieve that? Now, that part, everybody is not same. Somebody don't want to change. Some they know that they don't know how can change. They don't know how to improve. Some they don't want. Some they know they don't have the effort to put. So that part of the last part of the question actually is a difference of the everybody. But the other beginning 3 is the same. Everybody have the problem, yes. Everybody have the cause of problem, yes. Nothing much different. And the nature is pure, can possible, and freedom. So everybody is same. The differences comes with only the 3rd one, the 4th one, the pathway. Because you look at yourself, some people can change things, some people cannot change things, some people. So from there is a difference. Now, pure perception, what really means in the Four Noble Truth is giving the possibility and chance, many chance, countless chance for everybody that can be able to change. So now you only have one chance to change. That is very sad. So pure perception means, do you see everybody to change countless chance to change? That is pure perception. You only have one chance to change. That is not that pure perception in Four Noble Truth point of view. Okay, so now look at point of view of compassion. Compassion is related with suffering and cause of suffering and freedom and all that. So I wish everybody to be happy on this. First of all, before we practice anything compassion, first we need to understand that everybody feels. Everybody have feeling. First, yes. Everybody want to be their own happiness. Can be serious, clear. They want to be happy. They're happy on killing, but they want to be happy. So we need to put our feet down first. Everybody feels. Everybody wants happiness and their own level of happiness. And now, when you put the feet down there, now it's kind of equal. It's kind of similar desire, similar equal experiences. How many differences you and me can be? But you have a feeling. I punch you, you feel pain. You punch me, I feel pain. I say something nice, you feel happy, and that's equal. So certain things you need to understand that looking at your own experiences and looking at other experiences, we're kind of equal. So because of equalness, okay, we are same in that. So it's already beginning of pure perception. Now, when you don't accept that the person is so bad in attitude and view and conduct and whatever situation, that person is no chance to live for 1 second. Meaning, you have that issue internally. You never done in externally, but you have internally issue. And somebody, whole world said, you have no to live for 1 second because what you've done. That shows very clearly that the chances that you give to everybody is just one. So pure perception is actually giving chance a lot. And it's okay to give a lot of chance, honestly speaking. And how stupid can be that you only give them one chance to improve. And you check yourself. You want to wake up in the morning and when you join Sheta here, you need to wake up 6 o'clock. How many times you need to put alarm clock to wake up so many times, and still you sleep late, and you feel guilt and after and angry or a little bit upset, right? So just a small thing like that, how much you need to put effort. So you can see from that how bad everybody, compassion level now, pure perception. Now meditation of pure perception is internally. When it comes to meditation, it's not externally. Compassion is externally. Internally, kind of both, but mainly is externally. Meditation, internally. When the meditation says equanimity, means your mind, judgment mind, who sees negative in positive, that negative positive must be equalized. And that means pure perception. Okay? When you talk about deity visualization, you need to begin with yourself. Do you see yourself enlightened? Yes? And the question is why? Give me the reason why you see yourself Buddha. Then you're going to use the typical Uttara Tantra reasoning. Zogchen Trojirtang, Dejin Yeri Mejirtang, Ryuchin Lujing, Tao Sangjin Hingbuchi. The Buddha is pervasive, the Dharmata, the emptiness is pervasive everywhere. Everywhere is pervasive by the emptiness, the Dharmata, meaning the emptiness. Nature is empty, everything. Now, the emptiness don't have no high and low or good and bad emptiness. It's all same. And you have a high possibility, you have a billion, countless chances to gain realization. And that realization, chances of realization, called in we say rik, but people translate in cast. It's actually not cast. I like to translate possibility, or you have a you have a capability. You have capability to realize rik. Now, what capability you have? You have a good teacher, a good capability. Bad teacher, bad capability. And Theravada teacher become Theravada. Mahayana teacher, you become Mahayana. You're a crazy teacher, you become crazy. So that condition is big different. Yeah, that is the reasoning, Uttara Tantra, and we could use similar in the Vajrayana. Now expanded from there. So this is a pure perception in the Vajrayana point of view. Okay. Now, yeah, that's why I think I mentioned to you what does pure perception means. Yeah, different levels.
We are all subject to death, and this is also true for our parents. Now,
Okay, please go ahead.
we are all subject to death, and this is also true for our parents. Now, there are often extreme situations where the time of their death depends on when supportive machines are switched off. Does Rinpoche have advice on how to make such a decision?
First of all, this decision is difficult, of course. But one thing I want to be clearly, I want to mention that many times the machine is keeping the body alive. So when you plug the machine, does not mean you're killing the person. Actually, you're actually giving the person a natural way to dissolute the body, meaning the body to die by itself. So keeping this air, oxygen in the lung and a blood flow in the body, that maintains the body alive. So when you take the machine out, I don't think so you should feel guilty and regret about killing the person. Actually, you're giving the person more, how you say, humanely dying process. And when you do that, you better say everything. Hold the hand, say all the good words, love, everything. Then everything good love mention finish. Then better to say, now please die peacefully. Don't attach to us and don't attach to yourself. Don't have regret in life. This kind of things is good to mention. Then is a Buddhist, then you do the chanting, reading Bardo, Bardo text and all these things. Then you don't need to plug the machine. The nurse is going to do it for you. Yeah. And I saw this on my own family members twice, 3 times. So I have experience of that.
Rinpoche, what is the difference between Tsewa and Muku?
The word of Tsewa actually is in English is more like a love, more like a close to your heart. It's close to our heart. Tsewa. Mugu is the word is very much mentioned in meditation tradition, especially Mahamudra or Zogchen and this kind of practices. They use the word mugu. They don't like to use tepa. I think you heard about tepa. Tepa means they translate faith, but I don't know how to explain faith. But tepa in the Tibetan word, they're mentioning 3 type of I think inspiring. So you see very nice practitioner, you're inspired. And I want to meditate too, something like that. I want to practice. And then the second one is English, to have a desire to achieve the realization, right? Deviteba. Then Ichibeteba, through your observation, through your listening, through your contemplation, through your practice, from your practice, you gain a little bit certainty. Through your own experience, you gain certainty, not wavering, not changing, more still. And that we say, Ichibe Teba. Now you can see this Teba is more like a very beginning type of thing. More like inspiring, I gain some certainty. It's more like a beginning. When they use Mugu, it's already very much, very much learned or practitioner, higher view level of word. Mugu actually means when you see the same gaze, okay? You looking at the, how you say? What is his name? Binoculars. So the binoculars is the emptiness. Okay, whenever you use the binoculars, you see the nature is emptiness and you see this vibrant of expansion of qualities arising from emptiness, okay? Imagine of that binoculars. Now the binoculars look at you like that, look at you, it is yourself is inseparable with emptiness, with limitless good qualities. So we say what? That particular, we say dignity. We use word dignity, ngajar, divine pride. But I prefer to say dignity, okay? Now the same binoculars, look at the guru, okay? You see the guru is emptiness with the great qualities arising. We then use word mugu, devotion. Now the same binoculars, you look at all around, everywhere. Then we say pure perception. So it's the same binoculars, but you need to start with yourself first, and time to time with the guru, and time to time with everywhere. This is how you do it. Yeah? Yeah. So now I think I mentioned that.
Dear Rinpoche, how to deal with phone addiction and how to deal with the feeling of not good enough in everything I do?
Phone addiction, I have a very good advice. It's nothing amazing, but it's good advice. I think everybody knows. Just recently, 1 week, I off my WeChat and WhatsApp, and I put my phone in the in drawer. I feel so happy. I'm so happy, and I'm so free, and I'm so quiet. And you should do that. And I know many people do that. Yes, it's nothing special. Yeah? Nothing amazing advice. Okay, it's just everybody knows. but you need a little bit of discipline. So I have my wife, and she's good discipline. And I put it there, and she says, "No, don't touch." I said, "Okay." So sometime I open because Jasper need to send me the question answers. Then I listen. Then I put back. Now about this, the second part, feeling of not good enough. My own experiences to you is don't put too high task that very difficult to achieve. The person who don't feel enough, good enough, meaning you putting your task is too high. So I give you an example of Dharma. You want to finish 10,000 Guru Rinpoche mantra per day, or Maung Bezang Guru Pema Siddhi Hong, and you know it's impossible to do it, and don't do it. And traditionally, we tell you to do it, and you know you cannot do it. So what you can do to 3,000, and when you achieve within 3 hours, 2.5 hours, you feel so good. So I did it. Not only that, I actually did 500 more. So I did 3,500. So you see, you feel very good. Why you feel bad and good, not good enough? It's so simple. You putting the task too high. That's it. To put the aim a little bit lower that you can achieve. Your life aim can be high, but your objective every day don't put too high. Little bit low, and then very good.
Dear Rinpoche, I usually find myself very busy with little time left each day to sit down and practice. I'm conflicted between the idea that sessions of formal practice are needed for progress on the path and the idea that every minute of every day is an opportunity for practice. How much formal practice is needed for me to start appreciating that every minute of every day, including class time, study time, so forth, can be practice?
Some people say, Rinpoche, I am very mindful all my day and day to day. I'm really happy for you, really, when you are being mindful like that. That is good enough? No. Why? Just being mindful in day-to-day life, it does not give you the realization. It gives you transformation. Realization, transformation for me is two different things. Being aware day-to-day life is very good for transformation. You're going to do less mistake. You can see things. You improve your character, your behavior, your personality improves. But when you don't sit down and being little disciplined and meditate, and especially your practice, you cannot develop gradual development of bodhicitta, development of view understanding, or development of meditation cannot be achieved by being mindful in day-to-day life. So you want to get realization, you need meditation. And that impossible. Like, Rinpoche, I do every day, I walk for 10,000 steps. Really, I need, I want to have, very good body posture, and I want muscles and all this, but I'm just walking every day is enough. You ask this any physical, how you call, a body trainer. They say no. They say you want something, you should come to us and do the different type of muscles and whatever, all these different type of things, and do all that, and you can achieve. Just walking every day, you're not going to achieve any muscles. But of course, your body is good, healthy, but not muscles, not V shapes and six packs and all that. Yeah. So, yeah.
How does guru devotion in Zogchen create the conditions for recognizing Rigpa in a way that bodhicitta practices alone cannot?
This actually already answered by the Buddha in a Samadhi Raja Sutra. We have a very famous saying that I'm no good to clean your karma. I'm no good to put my wisdom in you, right? It's a very famous quotation, isn't it? Okay. Now you should know when Buddha said that. I'm not really great Pantita, but my own understanding, Buddha mentioned this when he teaching about karma. When he teaching Four Noble Truths, especially karma, and he says, I'm not going to clean your karma, and I'm not going to put my wisdom in you. Meaning, your action is your responsibility. You want to improve yourself, it's your responsibility. Nobody can do, you can do. This is what actually is mean. But in the Samadhi Raja Sutra, the question, now my answer is coming, is Buddha mentioned to gain a samadhi, a realization of emptiness, you need to see all sentient beings equal. When you see one being unequal, that creates hindrances, subtle hindrances to gain realization of emptiness. So Buddha has mentioned that to creating a very good place, your mental place, to gain realization of emptiness, you need to develop compassion and loving kindness to equal to all the beings without any differences. Then I forgot the Bodhisattva. I think Bodhisattva, Mahasattva, Akasha Garbha, youthful moon. What is the name? Davishuno. Youthful moon, Davishuno. He posted 3 or 9 or something like that. I forgot to the Buddha, and he requested the Buddha, say, Buddha, please bless me to gain realization of emptiness. Specifically, he mentioned this. Then Buddha putting his right hand on the Bodhisattva's youthful moon on the head. And Bodhisattva, he looked up, to the Buddha's hand. And he said, wow, I saw a Buddha hand, this, the different signs and signature in the hand. The moment Buddha put his hand on my head, I gained the realization of emptiness. He mentioned that. I gained the samadhi of shunyata, whatever. That shows very clearly that you need blessings from the Buddha to gain realization of emptiness. In Mahayana Sutra, it's nothing about Vajrayana, okay? Now, on that, what does devotion means? The lens, the binoculars of emptiness and limitless quality, meaning Buddha, complete emptiness actually means complete enlightenment is emptiness. Dzogbe Sangje. Yeah? Yang Takbar Dzogbe Sangje. You know the word of Yang Takbar Dzogbe Sangje? Purely, purely, Yang Takbar, purely, completely Buddha. You know why they use the two words? Do you know? Yang Takbar Dzogbe Sangje. Jomdende Dejin Jiwan Rajomba Yang Takbar Dzogbe Sangje. My understanding, one of the understanding, not 100% what I say is correct, okay? But my humble understanding, okay? Yang Takbar actually means sometimes your own delusion, your own Mara, crazy mind, imperfection delusion mind can take a shape of Buddha and show to you. And that is not real Buddha, yeah? So how to cut that word? Yang Takpa purely cuts that off. Dzogbe completely. Why? Self Buddha, Partika Buddha, self Buddha is a Buddha too, but it's not complete Buddha. So how to cut that? Dzogbe Sangji, completely Buddhahood. So they were using word of Yang Takpa Dzogbe Sangji only refer to the Buddha who really enlightened completely, meaning realization completely emptiness. Right? So that binoculars, you're looking to the Buddha, meaning that looking at the Guru, right? That is a devotion. Now, that you look back to history, the devotion of the history in I'm not talking about Mahamudra, but I'm in the context of Dzogchen. When the Garab Dorje, the first guru of the Dzogchen, when he receiving these teachings, Dzogchen Tantras, from Vajrasattva, and when he started giving to his disciple saw Garab Dorje as exactly of the Buddha of Samantabhadra. And so forth to Shri Singha, to Guru Rinpoche, all the way down. When they're receiving Dzogchen teaching, they see the Guru is the inseparability of Samantabhadra, meaning perfect emptiness in the Mahayana context. In the Dzogchen context, they say first Buddha, enlightenment, Samantabhadra. That is their way of devotion. That now, how to put the word for that? They use the word of devotion. Yes. So when you have that, actually you can link up in Mahayana Sutra, Samadhi Raja Sutra, and Vajrayana context. It's exact the same thing. It's nothing different. So that shows very clearly that when you see the Guru, the lenses of binoculars of perfect emptiness with the limitless quality, that devotion, then you gain the realization of the your own nature, whatever nature, emptiness. So that is the connection. Yeah. Yes.
I heard about Vajrayana being described as a dangerous path. Could Rinpoche say a few things about this? Why would it be described as such?
Vajrayana is a danger in the beginning in India. Because I don't know really much of the history, but what I heard from my teachers and different teachers explaining, they say in India, the greater India, Vajrayana teaching was not publicized completely to the public. It's like not like 1,000 students. It's more like a private individual students. That shows very clearly that people not able to understand Vajrayana teachings because their culture or whatever reasons, their lifestyle or whatever. Now, when the Vajrayana teachings introduced to Tibet, beginning by Guru Rinpoche and Bhimana Mitra and Shanti Rakshita and some other over generations, over few 2 centuries, over 60 to 80 Panditas introduced Vajrayana in Mahayana to Tibet, and becomes a very widely spread. And actually, they're mentioning that beginning of the outer tantra, meaning the Kriya Tantra, the Upa Tantra, are not famous in India, actually, and not famous in Tibet. The mostly Yoga Tantra, the Kriya Upa Yoga Tantra in the Mahayoga Tantra and Anu Yoga Tantra, Ati Yoga Tantra are much more famous in Tibet people. So, because of that, it's become public. Now in Tibet, why we say is in India there's a danger because they need to follow practice, and you don't follow the practice, and sometimes come samayas, and it's very danger. And Tibet, there are so many join. And now Vajrayana is not like in Tibet. Now it's more international, right? So is it danger or not danger? For me, no danger. They say danger because you need to be mindful. Yeah. You ask me, Rinpoche, meditation is danger? No, it's not a danger. But you meditate, sometimes become emotionally disturbed? Yeah, possible. But that's why you don't do your own way. You do carefully. You don't do stupidly. You do little bit. It's anything you do. Like, I want to run exercise. I want to do 10 miles a day today, and I never done exercise. Pretty sure my ankle and all going to be dead, right? Or I'm going to eat food like 10 kilo rice today, right? I'm going to die. I'm not kidding. So like that, I know many of you never heard Dharma before, and now you heard, you're very enthusiastic, you read Dharma books and life stories, become more sort of enthusiastic, and I'm going to meditate for 10 hours like that. It's very dangerous because You are not prepared for that 10 hours meditation. Better do little bit, twice, try a little bit, try an error, check a little bit. It's much better like that than doing so. I respect your enthusiastic, but it's very danger, I think. That context is very danger. Vajrayana, no danger, my point of view. And we have this way of saying, older practitioner, hey, Vajrayana, you go in, you don't come out. This is kind of showing that, basically telling that they are in and you are not. Of course, right? It's almost like that. I'm in, you're not. So I'm superior than you are not. What practice you doing? Mahayoga? What Mahayoga? Monro? You're a beginner. I'm already doing Yidam practice. You done Yidam practice? Oh, no, like that. This is not right way, not right attitude, yeah? It's not right attitude. They never done to me like that, my guru. And you never should do this to your new students by the senior practitioners. You encourage them. You're doing Mondo. Wow, so good. When I do Mondo, I struggle so a lot. Oh my goodness, you're so good. You do it, okay? You could struggle a little bit. Fine, it's no problem. Just be that kind of way of advice is very important. Not just showing off. Okay, then you are a Mahayoga. Then I'm Adi Yoga. Then what? Like that, you're doing Tiksha. Oh, I'm doing Tegal. Oh, wow. That attitude itself shows that your arrogance is still not reached of Theravada level of practice. Your arrogance, that kind of arrogance, hidden arrogance, Dharma arrogance, you're not able to reach the level of the Theravada practices. So be kind, be compassionate. Okay? So Vajrayana is no danger.
I came to Kathmandu to study Dharma. I enrolled in RI to study Tibetan with a hope that in the future I would be able to make the authentic teachings more available to the people in my country. I was very surprised to find that quote unquote Buddhist studies in the first year means studying anthropology, politics, sociology, and Buddhist tenets as seen from a non-Buddhist perspective, etc. The fact that there is no talk of skandhas, kleshas, emptiness, liberations, quote unquote Dharma in these contexts is still causing me great distress. Could Rinpoche advise on how to deal with my strong attachments to how Buddhism, quote unquote, should be understood and studied?
Your aspiration is the person who asking question is to learn authentic teachings and go back to your country and to teach whoever interested in Dharma. You want to learn that, then you need to study a little bit of anthropology, political, society, and issues like that. Without studying all that, you cannot actually teach correctly to the people. Now, what do you study? I don't know, but I never studied anthropology. So I don't know how to advise in this. Yeah, but after learning all my Shedra practices and all the other practices, I done all these things. Then now I actually study about a little bit of politics. Not study, but I just want to know what is going on in the world, economic, people, socially, young people problems, and my own son and daughter's questions and their emotions and what is the Buddhism weaknesses and monastery issues and all these things, and what is my issue, what is my own personal issue. I study all that. So for to want to bring pure Buddhism, first you need to bring pure Buddhism to you yourself. Yeah, then study socially, kinds of social whatever anthropology, socially whatever, all these things need to be studied. And then I think you just study everything for how to bring the Dharma to your place. Just think like that. Then you just extra tools in your hand. This is my own taking. Yeah.
When in the presence of the Guru, what physical, verbal, and mental actions best remove obstacles to receiving their blessings?
Receiving blessings, I don't know what does it really mean, receiving blessings. You already have blessings with you. Your nature is already blessed. Now, how you take your mind into the correct way, that is the blessing. So you, how to behave nicely? Don't go naked. I mean, like naked thing, like that. Little bit more is a not an Asian culture. Okay, this is a typical, can be Indian culture. I don't know, but this is a very respected culture. Sometimes they says, "Oh, Rinpoche, we like to learn Dharma, not culture." Respect in the way is not really culture of Tibet or culture of this. Just respect is respect, and how you respect is depend. Japanese people respect like that, and Thai people respect like this, Nepali people like this, right? And many people do different way, but respect is important. So body little bit nice and speaking a little bit, you know, more humble posture is better. Now your mind depend on the guru, yeah, very good guru, then your mind is naturally very good. So like that. The blessing, I don't know, yeah.
What is healthy guru devotion versus unhealthy dependency, and what traditional safeguards prevent misuse of surrender?
And this is three things, is there. First of all, finding good guru is the very big project, life project. And these days, finding good student is very difficult too. You all having problem with gurus, I am having very problem with students. Because I'm listening all of the student questions, and your student's voice becomes so strong, saying that where I can find good guru and what is good quality of good guru. But then I like to speak up a little bit of teacher point of view. Finding good students so difficult. Their character is not reliable. They don't listen. They don't need to listen everything. Just listen the teaching. We say do something, they don't do, and mm, uh, not they not stable, not steady, not diligent. And they don't really try to learn what we try to say. They're always learning what they think. That is the biggest problem of students I see. Like when I was student of my guru, my way of thinking is gone. Only I want to learn is what my guru actually saying. I want to infuse, download is like that, right? Software download, what you download is need to be download in that hardware, right? The bad hardware means I don't want the whole thing download, only hardware download. Is good hardware or the bad hardware? Bad hardware. Good hardware, download everything perfectly without any viruses. And these days, student hardware have a lot of viruses. And so that is, I cannot do these viruses. This is not my problem. So finding good guru, very difficult. Finding good student, very difficult. Now, after you find good guru, compassionate, understanding, truthful person who really takes Dharma is important. This kind of guru never do wrong things. Okay? And student take the Dharma in importance. Okay? Compassion important. Thinking the Buddha is looking at you right now. Thinking Guru Rinpoche is looking at you right now. For me, be more careful. We thinking nobody sees. Okay, nobody sees. No camera in. Okay, we're free now. Right? That is the problem. Right? So for me, I always think Guru Rinpoche is looking from Zangdo Pari with the Vajra in hand and looking at me, and I'm terrified. Okay? And you can think this is religious thinking. Fine. Make me transformation. It's okay with that. Okay? Now, good teacher, good disciple. Now you find. Now about the surrender thing. Surrender thing is not really idea of Vajrayana actually. It's actually Mahayana's idea. Shandideva, or a bodhisattva, Chapter second. Chapter second, what second? The confessing chapter session. Okay, they have how many branches they are taught? 4 branches. What is the first branches? Offering. Offering have many level offering. One offering is called offering your body. You forgot about that chapter? Yes. He's teaching Vajrayana? No. What he's teaching? Mahayana, Bodhisattva. Yes or no? Now, surrounding of the word is not Vajrayana. It's already in Mahayana. So, you should know things. Don't make Vajrayana always black, okay? Mahayana already mentioned about that. You know doing it. That's where the problem come from. When you start doing Mahayana practices, offering body to the bodhisattvas, your ego is already gone of your body. Now, Vajrayana, what they do is they do more expansion of the Mahayana teachings. Do you know the Chö practice? Right? Giving your body to everybody, right? You can see it's expansion of the body offering in Mahayana, expanded more clearly and more elaborately with the drum and bell, with the trumpet, with the melody, become Chö. So that's why Vajrayana is never far from Mahayana. Vajrayana teaching is make everything much more expanded. Okay, that is Vajrayana from Mahayana. Yeah. So, surrendering. What really means surrender in Buddhism? Honestly, we are asking question about ego. First, you must have your ego, then you surrender. Buddhists already asking about issue of we have issue with ego, right? We thinking ego does not exist. Now, what are you surrendering? That's why the issue of surrendering word having these modern students is you have your own other religions issue and you come to Dharma and the word of surrender, something conflict you. Oh my goodness, we need to surrender again. I just joined from other truth here and they told me to surrender. I don't want that. And I want my own right and freedom. Now I came to Buddhism, I thought it's very nice. And they start saying surrender. See the word. Why you feel uncomfortable? Because you. And Buddhism asking the question about you. Where is you? Not why I'm here, who I am. Not that question, okay? Do you know the very famous movie, Jackie Chan? Who am I? You never saw this movie? You should watch. It's one of the best movie I ever watched. He felt, he hit bang, he forgot. Who is he? He was in Africa with the African hunter-gatherer people. And he just, who I am, who I am, who I am, right? He running around, who I am, like that. It's a very nice movie. You should watch. So, who I am, why I'm here, what is my purpose, why is this my goal, what is my divine purpose? All this question comes when you have I. When you have I, then all these rubbish questions line up. Okay, and you need to find the way of answering. Buddhism already asking question. Oh, where this I means? We are already having doubt of this I. Because the rest of other questions is irrelevant. And what is your purpose? Where no I, compassion is your purpose. Loving kindness is your purpose. That's it. Yeah. So this is Buddhist idea. Right? Okay.
Dear Rinpoche, I find myself getting discouraged in my studies. I get discouraged by the amount of work I have to do and by the difficulties of living in Nepal, the pollution especially. Would Rinpoche please advise me on how best to deal with the feeling of being discouraged and losing motivation?
Rangjung Ishi Institute is not fancy institute like other university in US or Europe. But it's a very humble, nice place in Kathmandu. It's actually fancy classroom actually compared in Nepal. Or averagely in the US, it's quite nice. I went to some university. and nice place in Bodha. The problem is air pollution. But this air, honestly, is not the air of toxic air, okay? It's just a dust and some smoke. This fire, forest fire now we're going through. The problem of the very fancy country, that pollution is a very dangerous pollution. This pollution is of course bad, but I don't think so really bad. It's bad, just bad. Okay? Just honestly, dust and some smoke. Wear the mask. You're quite okay. I understand too. I don't like the dust too. So what to do? I think you should write down and explain to Nepal government and pretty sure they're going to do some policy to clean up the air. Huh? Now, when you hear good teacher, good Kempo, nice people, I don't know all people nice, but majority nice, and nice Kempo and nice professors and giving teaching, you have opportunity here to study. Just enjoy the place. Look at the setup. You go down Bodha, just one place, pizza place, roadhouse, stupa in front of you, $1 billion from the B view. So this kind of places you enjoy. Of course, wherever you go, you need to study. And don't do too many parties. Sleep early. Eat healthy. Don't talk too much to other people. Have fun with the students and friends, and you go to sleep early and study. I study very hard. I have a goal. So you remember the goal. Why you came to study here? Then it's good. Okay? And exercise with the mask.
How to evaluate our practice? When someone practices well, will they be tested with more difficulties or will they be experiencing happiness? What is the level of predictability of karma and its ripening? Should I think that I am practicing well when I face difficulties as part of purification? Or should I think I'm doing something wrong in my practice when I face difficulties as a sign of the ripening of bad karma? Thank you, Rinpoche.
Very good question. Now, this difficulty is a very nice word, difficulty. I need to do operation with this difficulty word. Operation? Dissect, okay? Difficult must be two. External difficulty, internal emotional difficulty. You need to dissect too. Okay, now I'm a practitioner. I go through the external problem. Okay, I cannot sleep, hindrances, people don't like me. I practice, my mind is good, compassion is growing. Okay, my meditation is good. Everything's perfect internally, but externally is not helping me. That is possible. Karma and condition, obstacle, I don't know which one, but arriving, but you are doing good practice. You are doing okay. Now, externally, everything good, guru love you, all the student loves you, everything perfect. Internally, arrogance goes up, compassion declines, devotion declines, meditation declines. Then is a real obstacle, the real dharmic obstacle. Now, this is not karma, this is not condition, that is obstacle, right? So difficulty, you must dissect in two level. Whenever comes internal, then we say it's obstacle. Whenever it's external, we say it's karma, it's condition. We don't take so important our external problems. We really cherish internal issues for Dharma practitioners. Number one. Number two, some people, because of the past life, because of present life, you've done so many good things, all the good karmas are ripening, you have very good conditions. Everything's perfect, no problem. But some of you struggle a lot. Okay, you practice, you struggle a lot, you really go through hardship, physically. That is your past life karmas, good and the bad karmas. Condition is different. So don't be considerate. Discouraged. Don't be discouraged and don't compare. My friend doing so good. Everything's perfect. Look at me. I'm so. Don't do that. Don't do this comparison. You are uniquely. You like you. Nobody is in the world like that. Like you. Oh, exactly like you. Nobody. So you are uniquely there. So you take it, you're uniquely, and just go in the path and you practice. Now, how you learn you're progressing? The real progressing, beginning progressing, you improve. Your compassion increases, meditation improves, understanding, some realization, transformation of your negative characters, behaviors, transformation, negative emotion, one of them, getting less, your judgment mind getting less. All these things is transformation, beginning part. Then slowly, your understanding is deepened, your realization is deepened, your meditation is improved. Then whatever goodness come, you're not going to be so happy about it. Whatever obstacle come, you not become so sad about it. You become more sort of kind of, it's easy, taking easy with both sides. Then you become a kind of better practitioner. Now you're a really good practitioner. You take everything into normal thing. It's nothing going to be consequent influence you. Whether good happens, nothing changes. Whether bad happens, nothing changes. You take everything not in the pathway, but you just take it easy. Everything. Now that become advanced improvement. So there has a gradual way of doing it. Yeah. So this is the one. I think it's okay. Yeah. It's okay. Yeah. Is it clear for you? Okay. I know you're a little bit tired.
In this time and age when most people actually need to have a job, how can we avoid the attitude of following the Dharma as a way of making a living?
Honestly, that question I listen almost 10 times and I don't understand what this question is. So I try to answer something, okay? So you having problem with Dharma and making money and something like that? Something like that? Living something like that? I don't think there's really a problem with that, honestly. I don't see. But now you do like really negatively, like that. This is bad. But, everybody need to live, So do dharma work and to live life, and then you get some money, then it's okay. Nothing wrong with that. Yeah. Now you do this with cheating and lying and all these things, then it's very bad. Yeah. With dharma. Like, oh, I know realize, but I'm realized, I know many people like that. Oh, I saw Buddha and I'm very special. Like that is a problem. Yeah. Don't do this kind of things. But other things okay. Yeah. Yeah.
What is your opinion about using psychedelics or plant medicine for healing?
Healing. Physical healing, you have no choice. Doctor says so, no choice. Emotional healing, I don't trust completely. Why? Emotionally, you need to check yourself. Sometimes you have a lot of excuses, Rinpoche, something, and you know. The problem of this one is you don't need to ask me. You just look around people who does that oftenly. You know that something is not correct. You're not fully there. Psychedelic can be alcohol too. Psychedelic. Alcohol you drink every day is not good. Yeah. So for me, taking anything overextended, you know, in something to digest and, uh, but physical, I'm not doctor. That's why you need to listen, doctor. Wherever you check, you need something, and please, you have no choice. Because I know some people have pain. They cannot reduce by anything else but helps. So how I can say you cannot do it? You cannot take it the pain. Yeah. So I have no black and white answer there. But you say, oh, Rinpoche, I gain realization. Rinpoche, I'm doing hagapogo, something like that. Forget it. I'm sorry. Forget it. Really. Uh, you want to do without spiritual? This is your chance, your wish. Whatever you do, it's not my problem. But using dharma realization through this, I'm sorry. Now they're using a little bit wrong way. Yeah. Okay.
how do people believe in anything? How did you get started on your spiritual journey?
Anger. That is my beginning friend, my best friend. Anger. I was angry with everybody existing in this world, included Buddha, when I was 18 years old. Okay, some people say, oh, anxiety, depression, like this. For me, no anxiety, no depression that time. I'm just angry, upset and angry, and I'm non-believer. I don't believe hell, I don't believe heaven, I don't believe Buddha, I don't believe past life, future life. Basically, I'm atheist. And I'm not like that, oh, I need to use my life, be happy, and only one time. I'm not that kind of crazy too. I'm just atheist, simply atheist. And I was a very angry person. And I went to see my guru, Zogchen Rinpoche. I was 18 years old, late 18. I went to Bhutan. He's reciting there. I spent time 1.5 month with him and beginning to do meditation and receiving Dzogchen instruction. But I don't do Dzogchen that time. I just do very simple meditation, Guru Yoga. And from there, I begin my journey. And my best friend who introduced me in Dharma is my anger. And my long-time journey friend is my observation. Observation. Not observation other people. Observing myself. Oh, what does my anger look like? Why I punch the wall? What does it really do? It really helped me or not? Or no? Oh, why does anger come from? Then what is my jealousy? Why is my pride? People praise me, I'm so happy. But I'm very proud. But at the same time, I cannot go publicly. I feel shy. You understand? It's so contradictory. I'm so proud, but I'm worried about what people say. That is not proud. Proud is like glass house. How much pride you have? You living in the very fragile building, fragile glass house. Somebody small stone, ping. So this is what I realize. So my best friend is anger. My long-term friend until now with me is my observation. Without observation, no transformation. Period. So this is how it began, and you all should begin like this. I know you all have problem. It's nothing secret. Okay, we have more time. I want to finish all the 40. I do fast now. Fast answer.
When a person dies, consciousness leaves the body. What happens with a person that has dementia?
No problem. The consciousness go with wherever need to go. Dementia is a brain problem, not a mind problem. Brain and the mind is linked. So the hardware problem, then the software mind is a problem. It's a brain issue. So it's no problem. When you die, the mind become very fresh. Everybody, so don't worry.
Long question. In Atisha's 7 points of mind training and Kondro's commentary in the section on commitments of mind training, it says, don't think about others' faults. Don't look for the faults of others. And if you see them, regard this as your impure perception. Focusing on eliminating the faults in your own mind, could you advise on how to practice this correctly from the perspective of pure Dharma and the perspective of living in a harmonious community and both together? If we live in a community and we hear someone in a position of authority speaking disrespectfully or acting inappropriately towards someone young without authority, how to practice this mind training correctly? Many thanks.
I think you already write the question how to practice by Jamgondu Rinpoche, right? They already mentioned there. So I don't need to say any extra. And they say very clearly, what is the topic? Mind training. Whose mind? My mind training. So this one not talking about training the leader, and then they're not talking about that. They're training your mind. Your judgment mind first. That is I know this question come from. So yes, you need to speak out. In a mind training point of view, no. But you want to, in the level of society, you want to fix the problem like that, then you need to speak out. So it's a two different things. You want to focus your practice, you don't want to speak out. You just train your mind, you just calm down, patient, understanding, compassion. Yeah. So this question mostly asked by Americans because you have this very strong projection about black and white, right or wrong. You need to speak out, and who's doing wrong, you need to say, like this, And I done this before. I done this before. I did not solve many of my problems. Actually, I create more problems. Why? I speak out, and the person angry, and people who like the person hate me, and people who like me hate them. So I create my own group, and they have their own group. Now with unhappiness in the classroom, like that. So I done that, been there, saw a result, nothing. Nowadays, honestly, I'm taking my practice patience, and patience so hard in the beginning, so hard. I feel like a loser, By the end, I win. How? Whether that person change or not is their thing. But I be patient. I have no regret. Number one. Slowly by slowly, my compassion grow, understanding grow, my skillful means grow, and I can say things without affecting directly and smoothly and slowly, and that skillful means grow. So it's very important. But in society it's different. So you live in a society, you need to speak out. Please do so. Please don't stop not speaking. But you give me a choice myself, my own level, I just keep quiet. Yeah. But I'm a very strong opinion person. Actually, you should know this. Yeah. But I shut my mouth off usually. Yeah.
Why is the charnel ground so important in Vajrayana practice? What is it? Is it something we pursue in our practice? Or will charnel ground like experiences simply arise because of the practice itself?
This charnel ground, I think you're talking about Maha, the great charnel ground. In the Tantra stories, have 8 great charnel ground. One is in the Buddha, this stupa, the 8 charnel ground. One is in Nepal. Yes, yeah. India have at least four or something, and Afghanistan have one. China have one. Pakistan have one. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Afghanistan? No, not Afghanistan. Pakistan have one. Nepal have one. India have one. 5, 4, 5. Basically have 8. Okay, the 8 channel ground is a very traditional tantric life story. Begin. They have this. I don't want to tell the story, but they have Matamruta story. Is a very traditional story of all tantra. So when the Hayangriva liberate the Madamruta people, and listen what the professor says, they actually spend time, many years study, and they have knowledge, and listen to knowledge is nothing harmful, and it's your choice to become practitioner and listen to knowledge what they say. It's the same thing for me. Like one time I'm studying in a Sheda, and I study a book called Domsum Ravie. Is authored by Sajja Pandita, about 3 vows, but mainly is about debating about Kajuba, debating on Nyingmapa, like that. It's mostly about how mistake they many Kajuba done and Nyingmapa done and all that. And when I talk to my late father, I say, next year is my Domsum Ravi text, and I think I should study. My dad said, no, don't study the book, come back. I said, no, I need to study. He said, why? I need to study why Sajja Pandita say Nyingmapa is wrong in these 2 places. And I need to see it. And I can see from Nyingmapa point of view. So that way I study, and it's not big problem, actually. And whatever Sajja Pandita says is correct. Nyingmapa have no problem. So I have a very good resolution after studying that. So studying from professors is nothing wrong. For me, studying such a Pandita text that against some some debate on Nyingmapa is not affecting me. So is your practice important? Learn from professors. This is okay. And sometimes, professor, you need to be a little bit non-believer, and you need to understand what is it really saying, You believe in this, you're a little bit blindfolded, So you need to understand that. And I'm a practitioner. So what to do?
Dear Rinpoche, I don't really understand the concept of luminosity in Vajrayana. How can emptiness and luminosity be the same thing at the same time? Is the nature of mind luminous because it really is with light, as in Usil, or is it called luminous because it can see very clearly without obscuration, as in Sebo? Also, why is light such a big deal in Vajrayana Buddhism? Why do the deities and lamas always dissolve into light, into oneself?
I think you asked a beautiful question. You answered beautiful the question. You done all my job. The luminosity is what you just mentioned, the second thing. Seeing through without any obscuration. That is real luminosity. It's not talking about this light. But externally right now, you need this to see. Right? What this candle do, tea light candle do, liberate the darkness. Hindrances us to not to see things. So similarly, you offer a Buddha lamp or you dissolve the luminosity, the light, to dissolving the light is an internalized light. This is externalized, but the secret innate nature is a luminosity. So you offer the Buddha lamp, you dissolve to the light, and then that dissolve to your nature is a key. Now I want to say something. There some student asked me a question. Rinpoche, we heard about emptiness practice. We heard about bodhicitta and compassion development, but we never heard Buddha nature development. We heard about Buddha nature a lot, but they never talk about how to practice Buddha nature. Rinpoche, how to practice Buddha nature? And I thought it's a very good question. When you do the Vajrayana Honro, preliminary practice Honro, you dissolve everything to the middle Guru Rinpoche or whatever, and the Guru Rinpoche dissolve to light, right? Then the light like dissolve to you, right? To who you? Your body you? Your ego you? Or in nature? You must dissolve to the nature. Nature of what? The nature of emptiness. So you're already learning or practicing your mind to directing your nature, through the dissolving. Where the Vajrasattva dissolve, end of the confessing, to your nature. Where the mandala offering refuge, to nature. Where the Guru Yoga Guru dissolve, to nature. So you're actually practicing your innate nature, the Buddha nature. You actually enhancing. Then you always says, where Guru is inseparable from nature, then inseparability is from the beginning. Not now, now it dissolved to me. Oh, okay, now I'm in. No, I'm just doing it because my mind is so difficult. Because I am here, Guru is here, Buddha is here. So that's why everything dissolved into one and dissolved to you. Now, this inseparable is from the beginning when I begin to this world. Whenever is it? How many eons? How many lifetime? From the beginning, never separate. Meaning that gives us what? A really strong confidence that I never separate the Buddha from the 1 second moment. And that is where you want to begin. Unfailure place, no failing. You practice, you there, practice. You fail, go back there. Fail, go back there. You understand? And that is what we call ground. Ground. Yi, ground. Yeah. How many questions still? Not many, huh?
12.
Okay, very good.
In the Way of the Bodhisattva Wisdom chapter, we learn that if one can let go of all constructs, including those on emptiness, there is perfect rest. And one becomes a Buddha. Nonetheless, we are told that even in the absence of thoughts, reference points, constructs, and concepts, the Buddha can still benefit sentient beings through the power of previous aspirations, combined with the merit of
Sentient
beings. The proof for this is the wishing jewel, tree of miracles, and healing shrine of the Garuda.
Wishing jewel doesn't make sense to us. Sun is a good example. Garuda doesn't make sense to us. It makes sense to those time. But now the 21st century people need to understand the whole example. What is wishful feeling means, right? AI. AI need programming first? Huh? Yes. You put million and billion to put the program. After you put in, it's automatic? Yes. Hello, what is Vajrayana? Vajrayana is... Who began the Vajrayana? And my research says... But my research means whoever stupid and smart put in there, they just go through the reading. This is my understanding of AI. It's automatic. Yeah. So the question is...
This proof requires a leap of faith. One must already have come to terms and accepted the whole Buddhist imagery and narrative of wishing jewels and tree of miracles. How is this still philosophy, which is rational and methodical as the text, as it says in the text? Further, does a full and complete Buddha benefit beings intentionally or spontaneously? Can a Buddha decide not to help beings?
Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh. You really want to understand Buddha, you really need to meditate emptiness. And the word of meditation emptiness is against each other, but fine. Emptiness actually means empty by mental construction. Okay, it's not empty by entity. Entity is not a big deal actually when it comes to meditation. In the middle way school, entity is very important. So that's why they want to check every single thing using the five great reasoning. But in the level of meditation, emptiness actually means free from all mental construct. When you understand emptiness and now through meditation, gaining experiences, the experience is not experience of mental experiences, but experience of emptiness self. It's different. Mental experiences is not emptiness experiences. Somebody says, Rinpoche, I met one person, Rinpoche, in Theravada meditation, they have this very great for jhanas meditation. It's a very same like emptiness. Yes, it's very similar, but not same. For jhana has experiences. Emptiness does not have experiences. Experience is a mental formation. So that's why when you look at the 5 aggregates, physical aggregates is only 1. Mental aggregate is 4. Right? Mind, consciousness, feeling, formation. I don't know all the word, but so you can see that mental is a much more complexity. So emptiness experiences, when I say experiences, is being in the state of emptiness. Okay? And then you understand what it really means, state of the Buddha. Oh, Buddha know this, Buddha decide this. What a kind of childish question. Because when you say Buddha, they have no existence of mental construct. When you have no mental construct, where this question comes from, I decide not to help all the beings. You understand? So that's why you don't understand. Yes, to understand Buddha is a very difficult thing. That's why when you look at the Uttara Tantra, what is ultimate refuge? In 3 jewels. Buddha, Dharma, Sangha. Who is the ultimate? Beginning, they say in Theravada, the Dharma is the real one, right? Through the Dharma, you understand the Buddha. But ultimate refuge, everybody in it, Buddhadharma says, Buddha is the only ultimate refuge. Meaning, your emptiness is the ultimate refuge. Dharma is your mind. Sangha is the transformation of the mind when you have the body. Both are irrelevant. Why? They are not really trustworthy. It's not complete. What is a true complete is the innate nature, the emptiness. That's the ultimate refuge is the enlightened Buddha only. So to understand emptiness is equally means understanding of the Buddha. Yeah.
Can a Buddha manifest a rock so heavy that even they cannot pick it up?
Bye-bye. No problem. Bye-bye. So please ask.
Can Buddhists manifest a rock so heavy that even they cannot pick it up?
Irrelevant question. I think Buddha no need there. Melareba already did in the Melareba story. You know the story? Melareba story? The Geshe says space is this. Melareba says pung, and then the Geshe cannot move. Melareba says rock I can go through like a space. He flew pung pung pung. So you don't need Buddha. Melareba already did it. Okay, now it's irrelevant question.
If, per the highest teachings, all phenomena, including violence, are viewed non dualistically, how does one maintain a clear moral stance against violence or injustice without becoming ethically passive or morally relativistic?
This kind of moral ethical things is black and white. Compassion don't see black and white. Compassion see opportunity. Okay, through yes, developing compassion, there are some rules to follow. But when you have compassion, you passive is less. Now, punishment, the idea of punishment. In the Buddhism idea, we don't have no really word of punishment. We know your own karmic consequence. Punishment is very difficult. When Buddhist country do punishment, oh yes, they do. But they're ruling the country, yeah. They're not following the Dharma. They're not job, yeah. Okay, that's it.
Dear Rinpoche, at the end of practice sessions, there's often the instruction to rest in the state where your own mind and the Lama's mind are inseparable.
How to do it perfectly.
Yes.
Yeah. Because I really listen all your question. I take so important Rangjung Inshi Institute, student asking question, listen how smart and stupid they are. And they only, professor send me the smart questions. The stupid questions she's reading there and now receive. Buddha and making the weight of the stone, all these things. And I don't know, you should ask your Kembos. Okay. This practice is very important practice. To make your mind infuse, mingle or infuse with Guru's mind. Actually, you can do two ways. First, instantly, and the second, process. Instantly, okay. You just think, right? Buddha. The moment you think of Buddha, your mind is already infused with Buddha. Isn't it? Or this is the instantly your mind infused with the Guru. Just think of a Guru. You already how you say mingle. You don't need to sort of Guru come to me. That is the processing of your ego. But mind actually no need that processing in the instantly. Okay, this is number one. It's very, very profound actually. But profound means it's very easy actually. Now processly, okay, now Guru, right? Then you all know this, that dissolve to you, right? Now the key is now after dissolve to me, inseparable, yes. Now the real thing, the real, how you say, the nail in the coffin, the last nail of coffin. How you say? Last nail in coffin, yeah. Is meaning the real point is Oh, this inseparability of Guru dissolved, Guru mind, Guru wisdom in my mind, inseparability. This, the nail, final nail is, this is never separated from the beginning. That is the last final nail. And then many people don't do that. Many people say, oh, everything dissolved to me. Oh, everything dissolved to me. That kind of mingling is a we call relativity mingling. It's not real mingling. The real mingling is seeing not separated. Jamgon Mibam Rinpoche said, Zungju, can't say it. Unity is not a white thread and a black thread and put together. That is not a unity, not Zungju. Zungju actually is seeing you are not separated. So that's why the final nail, when your guru dissolve to you, is then the final nail is, oh, this never separate from me from the beginning. That is the real profound practices that you all need to remember. Okay? Today you
Rinpoche, what is
your knee and your thigh become very good today.
Thank you.
Sit down, up, 40 times.
Yes, good exercise. What is the role of pujas on the spiritual path?
Puja. You have a tantra, is explanation. Tantra does not talk about practice. Okay, I give you. You go to medical college. First, you study theory, right? You study the body. You study the chemical. You study the which vein, where go in, what, right? The movement. Then you use beautiful frog, and you cut the frog, and the frog goes like this, and you cut anything, and doctor says this is. Then you go to dead body, then dead body cut, and you example, right? Then after you become pass, you go, oh, doctor, MD, right? Then you go to experiential places, go into the hospital, and that people sick, and you go and check and everything. Now you use this 7 years of theoretical teaching. Now you putting the practice in medical hospital, isn't it? Okay, tantra is the 7 years of study. Okay, puja is the hospital. You understand? Oh, Rinpoche, puja irrelevant. Okay, doctor, MD need to go to hospital to get more experience. Yes, puja is called sadhana, developing of practicing of what tantra says in the puja. So hospital. Okay. Yeah. Now you do more specialists. Brain specialist, kidney specialist, heart specialist. Okay? Heart specialist, Anu Yoga. Brain specialist, Adi Yoga. And etc. etc. etc.
What constitutes a healthy relationship between a guru and a disciple?
Guru and teacher, good relationship. You saying this? Sewa. Sewa is very important. Caring. Student must care guru, guru must care student. Caring is the way you begin with guru and student. Yeah.
A practitioner should know how to apply skillful means and wisdom. I wish to utilize this, but sometimes I'm worried that my so called wisdom is merely a trick of the self. Do you have any advice for this?
Meditation. You really want to develop wisdom? Meditation. What meditation? Selflessness meditation. Slowly after that, emptiness meditation. And slowly after that, Mahamudra or Zogchen. And this three meditation is very important, meaning selflessness, emptiness, Mahamudra or Dzogchen. Yeah.
Sometimes I find that my mind is not clear and lucid enough, and I struggle to practice naturally. The phrase, quote unquote, it takes effort would be quite appropriate to describe this. For example, when practicing Guru Yoga, I sometimes feel like I'm just reciting the text without truly engaging in the practice. However, I've just discovered that to think of Guru seems to help with this issue. My question is regarding these ups and downs in my practice, would you advise that I simply continue practicing without paying too much attention to them?
Oh, very good question. Think about impermanence. Great yogini, we call a single mother in Tibetan Buddhism. Not all Tibetan Buddhism, but Nyingmapa. Mother Yishi Sojar, Guru Rinpoche's consort in Tibet. She said, just thinking impermanence and death very sincerely, and that after that the session, practice session, becomes very profound. It's very true, because you think, this is my last session. Today, this is my last session. Okay, I'm going to die. Possible, anytime. Of course, when you think about death, sometimes anxiety goes up, but you don't have no problem with anxiety with the death, then you should think about it. Then you say, oh, now I want to practice fully. This helps me a lot. When I think about death, then I do really well my session. When I'm thinking about tomorrow, day after tomorrow, I'm living for over 20 years, I say, oh, okay, fine today, tomorrow I can do better, like that. So this is one of the laziness, right? Yes. So think about impermanence really makes me a little bit better. Yeah.
In the Bardo of dying, which is described as being a step-by-step process, does skipping any of these stages affect the evolution of the soul? Does it hinder spiritual liberation or lead to a rebirth in the lower realms?
We don't talk about soul first. So take it out that part. You're talking about mind. All right. Okay. Buddhism is very complicated, but they want to be very simple, actually. You see your body? Yes. You feel your mind? Yes. That's it. Nothing more. Soul, where? Extra entity. Atman, extra entity. Why you want to make too much problem? You already have body to take care, and you have mind to take care. Now you extra soul to take care. And we don't know, we don't know where this actually is. We know somewhere, but we have no clue. I need to believe it. Right? So this is really, I think, somebody, my late father's disciple, he's a Christian with the Buddhist. And he said, Rinpoche, morning I practice Buddhism, in the night I practice Christian. It's okay? How I can say no? Yeah, okay. And I say next day, I say, oh, I have a resolution for you. He said, yes. Because you practice Buddhadharma, your mind transform, and when you die, the mind rebirth to some better place. Now you begin practice everyday Christian, then you have soul. I don't know where the soul is, but you have a soul, and the soul goes to heaven. The mind, I don't know where you go, but soul goes to heaven. And it's fine. You're safe. And I said, oh, that's a good idea. So I make him very happy. So Buddhist idea is soul is very big problem in Buddhism because we have no clue what does it mean. Yes? So I don't want to talk about that. Now process of death and you miss something part. Why you want to worry so about this missing this part? Okay? Don't worry about this. Practice right now. This is what Guru Rinpoche said. Learning Bardo is encouragement of practicing right now. You want to have good death, Bardo of death, you must practice emptiness. You want to practice Bardo of Dharmata, meaning the deity things, you need to learn visualization. You want to do Bardo of rebirth, you must learn Amitabha Phowa or Amitabha practice. So these three practice conjunction with Bardo of death, Bardo of Dharmata, and Bardo of rebirth. May you understand? So people say, Rinpoche, why I need to practice emptiness? Because Bardo of death, you have chance to enlighten in Dharmakaya. Oh, why you need to practice puja and visualization? I cannot do well. Don't worry, it's very important. When you have Bardo of Dharmata, when you start seeing deity, you can have possibility to enlighten in Sambhuvakaya. Oh, Rinpoche, Phowa, Amitabha, very important. No need to do all this. I'm Chinese. I don't like to think about death. I want to learn next time. But the Chinese hate death. But the problem is you don't know when you die. You have written in the text, say that you die in 1980, you age 89. Then you 87, you come to Nepal, learn Phowa, and you die in 89. The problem is you don't know when you die. So that's why you better buy insurance now, right? So you learn Amitabha, Phowa, for what? For Bardo of rebirth. That means reborn to the Nirmana Kaya. So conjunction of three Kaya, conjunction with the three practice, conjunction with three Bardo. That's it. Then
Rinpoche, this might be a common question. When I live in a place like Boda, it feels like the environment, including the attitudes of the people around me and the colors and architecture I see, makes my short daily practice of refuge, bodhicitta, main part, and dedication feel natural and okay, like it naturally fits into the space around me in a way we often take for granted. But when I return to my home in the United States, this daily practice begins to feel weird and unsettling, like an action and mental orientation that is clashing and opposing the non Buddhist spaces and people around me. It feels like the only way to restore a sense of harmony in my mind is to stop the daily Buddhist practice and fit into where I live. How can I maintain an inner support for my Buddhist practice when the outer environment feels so unsupportive?
you must have a simple altar wherever you go. Number one. Now you have possibility to have a nice altar, simple photos and practices. This is very important. Whenever I go to Europe, America, Asia, wherever I go, whichever hotel or Airbnb or estate, I always have my own small altar that I put up. And that really grounds your place. So that is what you can do. In US, honestly, we have so many centers. And you go to East Coast, we have Cooperstown, you have a West Coast, you have California, Gomde, and they have this is our own center. But then there are other centers. So don't worry about this. Have your own altar. That's the most important.
How do you feel about incarnate lamas being sent to a monastery at a young age? Do you think they, as kids, should also have influence of their families, mother and father, along with a monastic education? If yes, how?
Hmm. Honestly, I told you before about students say how to find good teacher. It's such a big issue, right? But now I start speaking how to find good student. See, now I start speaking every time that become very important issue, right? So now Rinpoche's young lamas become big issue. Oh, no, my problem. Oh, my God. Honestly, I have 170 monks in my school. All they came out from parents. Some they have no parents. Some they are many different stories. But end of the day, they have no parents. For many years, they stay in a school. Monks, they're doing well. The only young lama have problem that I tell you is the weight of the responsibility from the young. That's the only differences of the monks and lamas. Weight, the responsibility. You are the previous, this, you must have responsibility, well, you must study well, you must pass. That kind of this, that is a little difficult because I'm young lama too. I'm not young, but I'm lama, right? Rinpoche. And I went through that process. I'm very lucky because my papa, mama is in the monastery and all that. But honestly speaking, nothing different than other young monks. It's the same thing. The only difference is they have this extra loaded how you say expectation, and that sometimes young lama cannot take it. Some can take it. It depends. This is the only thing. But honestly, I have tiny ones because I have a two senior young boy become monk, and the mother came says my third boy, the youngest one, want to become monk too because two brother is monks. And they brought 6 years old. And I said, it's too young. Please don't. He said, Rinpoche, no. They just leave it, the boy in the gate, and she just left. Then what I can do? Because now in Nepal have rules, you need to write all the paper, parents, local community, the government, everything need to prepare, like that. So we need to follow the rules like that. So you all know, there's nothing big problem. It's everything. So big, you become life, become big, and become monk, not so steady. This rope very fast. From young, go to the monk, 50, 60% disrobes, but at least 40 stays. So chances is higher. Older men, experience of life, and coming to monk, after 2 years, the testosterone too high, they disrobe. But the young monk who have not much experiences, and some monks are naughty, but averagely same thing. But young monks, some they are, less, how you say, brave heart to talk to girls, they never done. It's much better. It can last longer. You understand? So that's why we want good monks, who last longer. So where I should more invest? Younger monks, not the senior one. Senior one, boom, comes like a balloon. Okay.
Some issues have been with me for a long time in my life. These issues have shaped the person I am today and the way I live now. Since they are considered issues, they create problems and influence my life. Even though Dharma has entered my life and things have changed significantly, some of these issues seem like they may take me up to 10 years to overcome. Why are they so deeply rooted and have such inertia?
Two reasons. First, you make this problem big rooted. Oh, it's big problem. I have very big problem. A very deep. What deep? Consciousness have depth, measuring depth. Just think. Consciousness have this deepness, like ocean have 1,000 mile, 2,000. Oh, they have this kind of measuring. No, but we make this measuring ourselves. It's very deep. You just say it's not a big deep. It's little deep. Not so much. Just make very light. Number one. Number two, habit. I have a habit. When I grow up, I have a certain habit that is lingering in my mind. So I need to observe the habit. It takes time to let go because I'm holding that habit for a long time. But don't make the issue is so important and so deep in. Just make a little bit more lighter. Okay? This is my way. Now I think finishing.
Last question. How can one know it's time to focus on individual practice or development compared to when it's time to share their findings with the world?
Huh? Finding what?
Share their findings with the world.
You don't have nothing to find, okay? Already found it. That is the problem in Buddhism. Huh? Buddha already found it. My guru already found it. You have nothing new to found it. Something new to found it is a problem. Okay? So I don't know what new finding you're going to share in the world. Philosophy is very important because it developed the books. But the philosophy is very bad for the practice. Philosophy is very good in Tibet, in India. You know what? You should be very happy that the Nalanda tradition of the books you study here, Shantideva, this Nalanda teacher. Very happy. You should be very happy for that. It's very good. But studying too many commentary and debating here, there, my way, his way, all these things is nothing relevant for your practice. Practice is key. Study a little bit, but don't take too important about it. Practice is key. Now, new founding, you don't have new founding. You have new founding is problem. And somebody told me in America, Rinpoche, you need to create your own PR campaign. I say, what PR campaign? Oh, some Rinpoche is a Zogchen master. Some Rinpoche is a teaching wind master. Some teacher only power master. You must have some kind of PR campaign. I say, it's problematic for me. I am going to teach whatever I learn from my gurus. I don't need in this PR thing. So I did not follow that PR campaign. Okay. Is it becoming less rich to outside world? Yes, it does. Because nowadays people are looking in the Facebook and Instagram. You look my Instagram. I don't post anything. Do you see anything? What I eat, where I go, what I wear? No, I don't care. You should not care what I eat. And You should not care about what I eat, and I don't care about what you eat. But what really is the Dharma, the true practice, the true sharing. Yes, you learn the thing through, check like this: Buddha's teaching, your guru's instruction, and the guru meaning all the lineage instruction, and your experiences must consider, join exactly, means you are doing perfectly. Buddha's teaching is saying something, you experience something, 100% you experience it wrong. Okay, this is how I check. I see how I use the Buddha's quotation. Do you see? Sameda Raja Sudra say this, huh? Shantideva say this, my guru instructions like this, and my practice like this. So your practice is the lowest of lowest. So my son said, my son is very interesting. He said, Dada, this you guys how you teach, they have nothing to do new. We just want to learn all the old things and maintain the old things and realize the old thing. The science, whatever the previous is nothing. You learn, you progress something new. So you're always improving. But you, nothing to improve. Whatever realize, and you keep realizing the same thing. And he said, is a concept, is a way of declining. I said, my son, you have a good point. And I said to him, what Buddhists can develop, okay, the new finding, no. But you can introduce new way, the old practice to the new way, new example, new to this Gen Z's, how to use Gen Z's word. The 1980s, how they call baby boomers, right? Whatever. How to teach them? Like I'm 1980s, right? So teach me, Gen X. Gen X, how to teach? My son, they speak very differently. They think differently. They see the world differently. So how to introduce Dharma in their level? That's very important. Through music, through art, through food, through tea, through poem, through AI, through cartoon, through comic books, through live speaking show, singing, anybody who does singing here, to good musics with the good lyrics. Nice thing. Just, introduce Dharma with a different way. Now, new finding? I'm sorry. New way to teach? Yes, you should do it. This is what. That's why you can see Buddha scripture, Sanskrit, Indian scholar, then we had Tibetan commentary, then I try to explain things, right? But I try to always follow their instruction, and this is how I do it. Okay? So, very good. Thank you very much, all of you and all the live watching people and whoever going to watch in the future. Thank you for listening. And anything I did mention a little bit, issues here, there that you feel a little bit not comfortable, I'm sorry for that. And you have whatever is useful, please take it. But the end of the day is you must practice bodhicitta. Compassion is very, very important. Especially bodhicitta is very, very important, especially in this time. Okay? So thank you very much. Take care.